Okay guys, we are going to start with academic reading, and the test which we are going to solve, that is from Cambridge IELTS book number 15, right? Book number 15, test number 3. Okay, yes. Now, let's just go on. In this test, we have a variety of questions, and for each type of questions, I'll give you a strategy, sort of action plan, how to deal with the question, how to find the answer. What you need to do, you have to just follow my instructions. For example, if I say right hand up, do it. Right hand up, right hand down, chin up, chin down. See, this is how you have to follow my instructions. It's not that I say chin up, you do this. Okay, all right. So please just follow me, because you know, sometimes students complain when we do IELTS reading through your videos. When we watch your videos, we understand everything. When we do it alone, we don't understand. So they don't actually focus what I focus. So today you are going to learn what to focus, how to read the question, how to find the clue word, and then how to scan that clue word. And you must know where questions and passage are in the same order, where they are in random order, right? And how to deal with the question type, where to read the questions first and where to read the passage first. You should know that also. Whenever any type of question appears in front of you, you should have this action plan. True, false, not given. Oh yes, I have to read the question first. Number 1. Number 2, yes, the questions and the passage, they are in the same order. Number 3, I have to find a clue word from the question. So if you have this action plan, then you can find IELTS reading interesting and you will do it better, your right answers will increase. But otherwise, if you don't understand the question, you go back here, there, everywhere, like monkey, you know, jumping from one tree to another, then you will not be able to understand anything. At the end, in order to avoid this situation, you will do tukka. You know tukka? Yeah? And then you'll go on. Especially in true, false, not given, in multiple choice, students immediately fall prey to tukkas. They know A, B, C, D, koi to hai na. So they just write, otherwise true, false, not given, they write, okay, pehle do true ho gaya, false hi hoega. Not like that, okay? So please follow me carefully. I'm telling you all that, and just do it in a relaxed way. We are not in a hurry. We are here till 10 o'clock today. So don't worry, the weather is awesome. We'll go to the terrace also. Okay, so just relax, calm down, feel easy, and just understand the mechanism of how it is done, right? So please, let's come to the title page. Henry Moore. Now, we don't know who is Henry Moore. Sade mamme da munda te nahi hai, okay? Yeah, khala ka beta to nahi hai, but we don't know. Read on. The British sculptor Henry Moore was a leading figure in the 20th century at art world. So he was a British sculptor. Sculptor is a person who makes sculptures, right? So British sculptor Henry Moore and all that. Now after that you don't need to read anything. Now come to the questions, please. Questions 1 to 7, true, false, not given. You don't need to read anything. Remember, time management is a serious problem in IELTS reading, and you will not be able to manage your time if you are doing extra reading. Extra reading means you are reading at the wrong place. And then after 1 minute, you realize it's not related to the question. So if you are in the wrong place, or if you are wandering around or roaming around the passage, then you can never manage your time, right? So average, you have 1 minute for one question. Average. Because then you transfer the answers and other stuff as well. So you need to take that time very wisely. Now, question number 1. On leaving school, now please underline school. Moore did, and one more thing, you need to just switch on your imagination. Just imagine school and all that. And Moore, you know, Angrez, yeah, you can just imagine some Angrez and all that. On leaving school, Moore did what his father wanted him to do. Now look here. Whenever you read the statement for true, false, not given, immediately divide it into 3 parts with the help of if. Now what is that? If upon leaving school, Moore did what his father wanted him to do, true. If he did something different and his father wanted him to do something different, then it is false. And if they don't tell us what he did, whether his father wanted him to do or not, then not given. Now another thing, usually the first few questions, for that we can scan the first paragraph, especially the first 5 questions, first 6 questions. For that you need to go to the first paragraph. Now please come back, go to first paragraph, look for the word school. Have you found? After leaving school, everybody found? Good. Now I'm going to read it, please follow me, and then you will decide later. After leaving school, Moore hoped to become a sculptor, but instead he complied with his father's wish that he train as a school teacher. Now go back and match this sentence. On leaving school, Moore did what his father wanted him to do. True, right? He complied. He wished to become a sculptor, but he complied with his father's wish and he became a school teacher. So the answer is true. On your answer sheet, yes, one more thing. This is very common. 3 to 4 answers are wrong on the answer sheet on the regular basis. When we check your mock test, 3 to 4 answers are wrong on your answer sheet, especially listening and reading, sometimes because of spelling mistake, sometimes because of unclear writing, right? So you need to write. If it is true, I would advise you all to use all capital letters on listening and on reading answer sheet. According to the rule, you can use all capital, you can use first capital, rest small, or you can use all small letters. But I would advise you, because when you write small letters, C and E are difficult to identify. So it's better to use all capital letter. When it is true, capital T, capital R, capital U and capital E. Okay, now true, false, not given questions and the passage, they are in the same order. We move on to question number 2. Moore began studying sculpture in his first term, underline first term, at the Leeds School of Art. Clue word, Leeds School of Art. Now look here, Leeds School of Art. If he studied sculpture in the first term, then it is true. If he studied sculpture in the second term or third term, then it is, and if they don't tell us in which term he studied sculpture, although they tell us he studied sculpture, but if they don't tell us in which term, then the answer is not given. So you should be clear about that. Now go back to second paragraph. There you will find Moore enrolled at the Leeds School of Art. Let's do this together as well. Moore enrolled at the Leeds School of Art, where he studied for 2 years. In his first year, he spent most of his time drawing. Now what's the question? First year means first term. Moore began studying sculpture in his first term. There they say drawing, not sculpture. So the answer is false. Do you all understand me? All clear? Yeah? Don't sit like a sculpture in my class. भूत बन के बैठे हैं. अच्छा जी, yeah, बैंड आ जाएगा, सर को लागे बस बैंड आ जाएगा. Not like that. You have to work hard. Question number 3. When Moore started at the Royal College, what's the clue word? Royal College. Very good. At Royal College of Art, its reputation for teaching sculpture was excellent. Now listen, Royal College of Art, Moore started, and then you will see reputation. If reputation was excellent, true. If reputation was poor, false. And if they don't tell us, then not given. So please go on third paragraph. Alongside the instruction he received at Royal College, Moore visited many of the London museums particularly, and before that, in the previous paragraph, second last line, please follow me. Royal College of Art in London. Got it? Now, are they mentioning anything about the reputation of the college? It was excellent. No. So the answer is not given. Well done. Now, it's not that you see a Royal College is given, so it's true. Okay, I was giving you one example yesterday about true, false, not given. Let's go on. Question number 4. So far, so good? समझ आ रही ना सबको? Good, very good. Moore became aware of ancient sculpture as a result of visiting London museums. What's the clue word? London museums. And what's the statement? Moore became aware of ancient sculpture as a result of visiting London museum. So if as a result of visiting London museum, true. If any other place, then false. And if they don't mention, then not given. Now go back and find London museum. It's in third paragraph. Second line. Moore visited many of the London museums, particularly the British Museum, which had a wide-ranging collection of ancient sculpture. During these visits, read carefully, during these visits, he discovered the power and beauty of ancient Egyptian and African sculptures. So what's the answer? Go back, read the question again. Match the question with this sentence. During these visits, he discovered the power and beauty of ancient Egyptian and African sculptures. True. Moore became aware of ancient sculpture. Ancient sculpture, they use the word Egyptian and African. Okay, for ancient Egyptian and African. And then after that, visiting London museums, it's true. Let's go on. Question number 5. Trocadero Museum. Now, if the words are unusual, difficult to pronounce, you can just read the first syllable, like troca. You can read it like troca. So, Trocadero Museum's Mayan sculpture attracted a lot of public interest. What's the clue word? Trocadero Museum's Mayan sculpture. Find it first and listen. What you need to find out about it. The first, listen, two things. What means you need to find this Trocadero Museum's Mayan sculpture. This is what. And what exactly you need to find out about it, that is attracted a lot of public interest. If that sculpture attracted a lot of public interest, the answer is true. If public did not take interest in that, then it is false. And if they don't mention whether public took interest or not, then the answer is not given. Now go back and look for this word, Trocadero, Mayan and all that. Fourth paragraph, got it? Second line. When he visited the Trocadero Museum in Paris, he was impressed by a cast of Mayan sculpture of the rain spirit. It was a male reclining figure with its knees drawn up together and its head at a right angle to its body. Moore became fascinated with this stone sculpture, which he thought and all that. Now, are they saying anything that it became popular among public and all that? No. So the answer is not. And one more thing, you should be clear until where you have to read. Let me tell you, in true, false, not given, you are not going to look for the summary. In true, false, not given, one sentence from the passage will match with one sentence that is questioned. So it's only the matching of sentence and sentence. So it's not that you read 4 or 5 sentences and then you realize it's true, false or not given. No, just one sentence in the passage and the question, so you can just match and find it out, right? If you read more and more, the first thing is locate that thing and then you can go on. Can I have some tissue papers, please? All right, now let's move on, please. Question number 6. Moore thought the Mayan sculpture was similar, underline similar, in certain respects to other stone sculptures. Now look here. If he thought that sculpture was similar, for similar they may use the word alike, same, then it is true. And if he thought that sculpture was totally different, then it is false. And if they don't mention similar or different, then not given. Now please go back. It's second last paragraph on page 58 where you will find it. I'm reading the third last line. Second last paragraph, third last line. Moore became fascinated with this stone sculpture, which he thought had a power and originality that no other stone sculpture possessed. No other stone sculpture possessed. And there they say in the question, Moore thought the Mayan sculpture was similar. Similar, and there they say no other stone sculpture possessed. So the answer is false. Exactly. Very good. Question number 7. the artists who belong to Unit 1. Remember, in true false not given, the words after the first word, the words that are starting with capital letter, usually they are your clue words. So, in question number 7, can you see Unit 1? Now, if you write Unit 1 somewhere else, it's a common word. But they have written it with U capital, 1 capital. So, your clue word is Unit 1. Now, listen what to find. The artists who belong to Unit 1 wanted to make modern art and architecture more popular. Now, listen. If artists who belong to Unit 1, they wanted to make modern art and architecture more popular, then it is true. If they wanted to make some other type of art or old art more popular, then it is false, and otherwise not given. Now, let's look for the word Unit 1. Last paragraph. Page 58, last paragraph. Got it? Now, let's read it. And one more thing. Whenever you find the clue word, don't read from the clue word. Go back and see where the last full stop is. Otherwise, it will not make any sense. Maybe that clue word is in the middle of the sentence. So, you need to go back where there is the last full stop, read from there. So, it says here, now I'm reading Unit 1, but from there. In 1933, he became a member of a group of young artists called Unit 1. Now, read carefully. The aim of the group was to convince the English public of the merits of the emerging international movement in modern art and architecture. Match this sentence with artists who belong to Unit 1 wanted to make modern art and architecture more popular. For more popular, they use the word English public of the merits of the emerging international movement. Right? So, the answer is true. Well done. And now you can see first paragraph, question number 1, second paragraph, 2, third paragraph, 3, 4, fourth paragraph, 5, 6, and last paragraph, 7. Is that all clear?